everyone. My name is Melissa Lopez. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about this transition for many groups from traditional classrooms to the online environment. I've actually helped a couple of groups recently here locally in my area launch their programs. And so I just wanted to share a little bit of my experience with you, talk to you a little bit about what this process looks like. So, from a group perspective, one of the things that I have found to be most effective and most influential in the decision and the actual process of launching online is to come up with a plan. The groups who come up with the platform that they want to use, the schedule that they want to use as an organization, and then go from top to bottom helping teachers implement that have been incredibly successful. So some suggestions in that process, definitely choosing what online platform you feel like is most useful. Things like Zoom, Adobe Connect, like different meeting options like Skype meetings and things like that. Whatever is best for your organization. Making that choice first can actually be very helpful for both parents, students, and teachers. So as you go through that scenario, making those decisions, the next thing is going to be to decide what's going to be best for your actual schedule. Do you want to keep your current schedule that you have with families and with students, or do you need to alter that a bit? In my experience, the schools who have stayed with their schedule as best that they can have actually had the best results. I've worked with private school and I've worked with a homeschool group here recently, and both of those groups have launched wonderfully as they've gone through and connected with their families. What we've done for them is that we have set up classrooms for them. I've had teacher meetings where I trained them how to use the tools, how to convert between what you're used to teaching in the classroom and an online classroom. What you'll actually find is there are lots of resources that you used in your classroom that you can still use online with some slight modifications. And so we've done group brainstorming sessions about how to take specific activities and make them virtual. We've gone through how you can involve students more in a classroom than just presenting a video, because that's one of the things that several organizations have chosen to do, which is to present video lessons. But I will tell you from years of experience teaching online, if all you do is provide videos alone, you're not going to get very good participation and you're not going to get true learning from the students. And so whatever you can do to make it an interactive process is really going to increase the students' learning. The next thing that you want to do is train your teachers, train your parents, train your students. What is it that they need? Teachers need resources, teachers need guidance on technical issues that they are not familiar with, and then they need the confidence to know that they can actually do this in a very unfamiliar way. And so I actually have hosted teacher meetings for the schools that I've helped launch and the homeschool groups that I've helped launch. We've gone through and helped troubleshoot issues that come up. We've talked about what you can do to make your classroom more effective. That's the first line of defense. Then once you've done that, the teachers will begin communicating with the students about what the process is going to look like, or the administration will communicate with the students. Next thing we've done is a parent and student orientation, a kind of a meet and greet. How do we do this online? Helped them figure out the ins and outs of the technology from their aspect, then actually open the school. So I think for a group, those are kind of the things that have been most successful, is to think about what you're going to do for your organization and then to kind of go out in stages. The groups that I've helped have launched anywhere between 7 and 14 days, actually making the decision to do it. So one of the groups, which is a larger homeschool group in the state of Texas, has actually gone from, yes, we're going to launch, to complete school schedule within a week. Parents have been trained, teachers have been trained, students have been trained, and they were ready to launch within 7 days. The private school actually recently has had everywhere from pre-kindergarten students all the way up through high school students. And so they actually allowed a 14-day window to try to give especially the elementary school students, longer to get comfortable with the material. But within 14 days, they were completely running on a school schedule as well. So this is not an overwhelming process that has to take an extreme amount of time, but it can be something that you can implement and get your teachers, get your students interacting, because honestly, that is the one of the most valuable things that you can see in this process, is that students feel that interaction again, feel that social aspect again, feel that true learning environment again. It's not just a video that they get to play, it's really them interacting and seeing their teachers, seeing their classmates, and that makes such a big deal. The other thing is helping parents feel confident about this change and understand what the expectations are for this change. They're under a huge amount of stress, which also is adding stress to the students. So if when you add a new group that's now going virtual, what you find is that the parents tend to be very apprehensive about adding another thing into a schedule that's already so difficult and unfamiliar. So we talk with parents about how they can help the students exactly what their expectations are. Some age groups, expectations might be that the parents are actually sitting there during their online interactions. But some age groups, it's really more of a process to help the students get online, to troubleshoot anything, and then to just allow the students to go and do their work, to go and be with their teachers during class. And so training the parents on what the expectations are helps ease some of their stress about the issues that might develop. I will encourage you that this can actually turn out to be a beautiful relationship between your group, your organization, and your families during a time when they are seeking stability and normalcy and interaction for themselves, for their students. And so if there is something that we at My Fun Science can do to help you with this process, we're happy to do an evaluation, go through and organize with your company, talk about what specific things you need, talk about platforms, and be here to support you in this time.